Okay, so let's go Pacific now. This is the NBA. In the NBA, this is the West.
Yes. It really is. You got probably 3 of the best teams.
I would say
Dallas, San Francisco, and Seoul. And then
and Los Angeles is not too far off. The Valiant.
Yeah.
Not the Gladiators. Yeah. I would put them, but the Gladiators, they would finish higher in the East or in the Atlantic than they would in the Pacific.
Pacific, right?
Me and you are the fucking oddballs. I think fucking Dallas has got this.
I really do too. I think that Dallas is incredibly underrated right now. Surprisingly, after watching, I watched at least one game with each of the teams, and Dallas to me looked like they just knew what they wanted to do.
And even when they were fucking around,
even when they were messing around, they still had a plan. Yeah. And I think that they're going to use that advantage of knowing how to break the meta, per se.
They're going to recreate. I think they're going to recreate. They're just writing the meta. Like, they have my idealistic approach to Overwatch, and it's fuck the meta. Yeah. And they play what they want to play.
The best situational.
And they're situational, and you know what? They're not afraid to try shit.
Yes.
And it's a 40-game season, like we said, like 9 fucking thousand times. And you know what? Seoul's going to be great. They're probably are going to win, but I'm not sold totally.
I'm not 100% sold on Seoul either. I mean, probably one of the best matches I watched was Seoul versus Boston. That was a hell of a match.
That was a fucking great match.
That was really fun. And I think you kind of saw the best of both of those teams.
And Boston, the thing about Boston is they're young and they're coachable, and you could see that they were learning from what the hell Seoul was doing.
Yes. But Seoul is that they're that team that is like they're the hardened vets of the league right now.
Right, but
as far as you can get with
as everyone that's not us fucking gives a shit about. You know, everyone buys into the whole tournament there. You know what? All those teams are great. And, you know, I'm not saying these players are not great on Seoul. Mm-hmm. These guys, you know, all right, they're used to the big stadiums and the fans and all that shit. 40 games, pressure that they have not seen. And you know what? And Dallas has a bunch of fucking hams, man, that are really good. And they're going to suck that fucking stage up and just...
They're gonna thrive on the pressure, and that's something that as the season wears on, that pressure will get greater and greater as you see the teams the ones that like lock up a playoff position pretty early. They'll probably trail off a little bit towards the end because they're just like, we don't really need to try as hard. But then that's when you're going to see teams like San Francisco.
I think San Francisco is one of those teams.
A late. They're going to start off a little slow. They'll be up there, but I think they're really going to come into their own
when Sinatra gets there,
and that's one of those things.
Everyone's saying when Sinatra gets there, they're going to be better, but you know what? I think they're going to be better than people think.
Yeah, to start.
Sure. And
for sure.
I think it's 1, 2, 3 in this division. I think it's Dallas, Seoul, San Francisco. I think the Los Angeles Valiant are probably in the 4th. And I'm going to go with, you know, Shanghai. We don't really know a lot about them.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be up there. They're another roster like Miami, Florida. They have seven people on their roster. When they get a couple other people on there, you know,
they might be subs in. They might be one of those teams that really makes a late push when you get to the 3rd round and you can bring in the young guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know everything about what goes on in the Chinese Overwatch leagues, you know, the tournaments and stuff like that. So that's the one good thing with these with contenders now, they're going to have all these, the teams that are affiliated with the Overwatch teams. We're going to get to see some of these young guys, and especially in teams like Shanghai, where you don't know exactly most people that aren't paying attention to the Overwatch League and any kind of tournaments in China. So this is going to help us out. But I think they're better than people think.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying that they're bottom, that Gladiators are bottom. Gladiators,
I'd probably put them...
I put them last in the league, and I don't know, I might be one of the few that does that. But in this division, I put the Gladiators in the bottom.
Yeah.
I put Shanghai somewhere, finish ahead of the Valiant, and maybe somewhere in the range of they could get up in the top if they get some other players.
Right. And if they really come into their own towards the end of the season.
They got
I think at the end of stage 1, they're most likely going to be bottom 2.
Yeah. But they have decent DPS. The rest of their roster
is where it's really questionable. Yeah.
Like Dia he's up there with someone like the Fletas and some of those guys, in my opinion. Watching him in some of the preseason games, and granted, it's 2 preseason games, but you can tell when someone's fucking good.
Right.
And you can tell when someone's better than good.
Yeah.
Like up in that fucking upper level, and that Dia kid is elite. Fucking awesome.
When you get into the talk of guys that are just elite.
But when you're going, hey, talking about Overwatch, and they said, hey, did you see what that Dia kid did with Widowmaker? That's on a fucking different level.
Right.
And he is going to carry that fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
And they will be better than what people think, eventually. I don't think right now they are, but I think when you get deeper into the league, you get into stage 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna start coming up.
For sure.
Okay, so that's where we're at as far as Pacific Division goes. So we have Dallas 1, Seoul 2, San Francisco 3, the Los Angeles Valiant 4, the Shanghai Dragons 5, and the LA Gladiators 6. Okay, there you go. Our Pacific Division predictions. Just remember, if you like what you're hearing, like what you're seeing, just give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell so you can get alerts to when we got our next show coming up. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the action that's going on the first weekend of Overwatch League, and we will talk to you later.